I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. So tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is alleged that Donald John Tribulation Trump will be making a big announcement. A lot of people have gone ahead and assumed that this announcement that he's going to be making will be that he's going to make a bid to run for the presidency in the year of the 2024 election. That's what everybody is saying. We don't know it to be absolutely true because I don't think maybe Trump really knows what he's going to do. Last night's loss out in Arizona with Governor Katie Hobbs, or becoming the governor-elect of Katie Hobbs, defeating Carrie Lake, who was a hand-picked Trump nominee for governor of the state of Arizona and an election denier, got whooped last night. And in fact, what's happening in the state of Arizona, all the Trump supporters or Trump's nominees all got beat. There's a 4-candidate sweep out there. Mark Kelly retained his seat and defeated Adam Laxalt. And so Trump will, if he does make the announcement tonight that he's running for president, he's going to make it in the midst of some of the probably most chaotic times since the firing of Fort Sumter back in 1860, if that was the year that South Carolina succeeded and fired on Fort Sumter. Thus, they started a civil war. We are in a very chaotic time. And I suppose that maybe some would read, well, Pastor Manning, if Trump is going to make the announcement, now is the best time to make it in all this chaos. And his, program or whatever his platform that he'll be running on will try to bring peace and civility back to America. If he does that, everybody will know he's lying through his teeth. But, I don't know if he's actually going to make the announcement, because today here in New York City, his right-hand man, who was also the right-hand man of his father, a person by the name of Alan Weisselberg, is giving testimony today in a New York courtroom, testifying of the tax fraud that the Trump organization perpetrated for years. Alan Weisselberg has agreed to cooperate with Tish James, the Attorney General here in the state of New York, on the Trump organization. Now, Trump himself has not been indicted, but the Trump organization has been indicted and hamstrung, and they can't move or do anything now because the organization is locked down. And Alan Weisselberg is giving testimony of criminal activity. Now, whether testimony will lead up to Donald Tribulation Trump himself remains to be seen. But that ain't all. Down in Atlanta, Georgia, down in Fulton County, Fannie Willis has subpoenaed the newly elected governor-elect, Governor Kemp, to come and give testimony before a grand jury seeking to indict Trump on election fraud, going back to calling Raffensperger, for asking for 11,800 more votes, which is one more than they have. So that's testimony being given on the same day that Trump's going to announce that he's going to run for president. Mike Pence's book is coming out called So Help Me God. That's the title of Mike Pence's book, former vice president and loyal soldier to Donald John Trump, until Trump asked Mike Pence to overturn the election by not receiving the electors on the January 6th, going back a year ago. And they had a gallows out there. And everybody that's on the southeast side of Washington, all the black people, they saw that gallows roll into town. They thought they were getting ready to hang Cat Ballou. Well, no, I changed that. But all the black folks saw that gallows coming into town on the back of a U-Haul truck. They were riding that gallows in with a rope. And all the black people in Washington, D.C. went into hiding. Thought they'd get ready to start lynching again. But it wasn't black folk they were looking to lynch. They were looking to lynch Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. And finally, the brothers over in Southeast Washington finally they calmed themselves down and came out of hiding and said, well, it ain't us. They're going to hang some white folk up here today. Let's go see this one, buy some popcorn. So all this is going on. Mike Pence is going to be releasing his book. Mike Pence called Trump reckless and a coward. I heard that Mo Brooks also said he was dishonest, disloyal, ignorant, crude. This is Mo Brooks saying this about Trump. And yet, everybody say he's going to make the big announcement at 9 o'clock tonight. I don't know if I can stay up that late. I don't know if that's past my bedtime. 9 o'clock tonight, I guess I'll have to stay up to watch it, see what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. But that's what everybody's saying. Now, in the midst of all of this, there's now tumult going on now for the Speaker of the House. It is estimated that at best, the House, the Republicans are going to end up with 218, 19, 20, maybe 21, possibly 22. If they get 222 seats, that's going to be a lot. That means whoever becomes the Speaker of the House is going to be working with a squeaker. I mean, John Boehner left because he couldn't control the members of his caucus, and Paul Ryan resigned because he didn't want to deal with Trump. By the way, I suggested that Trump, rather than make this announcement tonight, or maybe this is the announcement he's going to make, I suggested that he would put his hat in the ring to be voted on as the Speaker of the House. And then once he gets the gavel on January the 3rd or the 4th, lay the gavel down, start the process of what they're going to do and impeach Biden and arrest Hunter Biden, and then start running for president from that. That's wisdom, I think, if you're going to. But, Kevin McCarthy wants a position. But, Trump would have been holding, that gavel had been around for a while. Tip O'Neill had that gavel. That's right. A whole lot of other people. Newt Gingrich was once the Speaker of the House. And, Nancy Pelosi, now, Paul Ryan, John Boehner. A whole lot of folk have held that gavel. If Trump did that, that would be my advice. I think he would do well. But I don't know if he's going. So we got another. What's this on the East Coast here? It's 1:10, and so we got another 8 hours to wait before he makes that announcement. We'll see what it's going to be. I have no idea. He was supposed to have made it last Monday night. He was out there with J.D. Vance out there in Ohio. Everybody said he was going to make it in. He didn't. He just got up there and lollygagged for nearly 2 hours. Talked about himself. But there's a myriad number of criminal indictments that I think Trump is running away from. I don't think he's running for president. I think he's running away from these criminal indictments. That's what I think. That's going to be the title of this subject matter that we're discussing today. Trump ain't running for president. He's running away from these criminal indictments up the wazoo. But everybody wants to get a piece of Trump's rump. But, he still has a hold on the Republican Party. He does. There are a large number of people that they're going to go with Trump to wherever he goes, they're going with him. And I think that the Republican Party is still, all the other people who want to be Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, a bunch of them out there, Lindsey Graham, you want to remain senator, you want to remain having all that power, you're going to have to acquiesce to Trump. And the other thing is that, I've told y'all this, as Trump is a servant of Satan, Obama's the son of Satan. And, so, we're in a time now, and what you're going to have to do, if you don't understand the book of Matthew's Gospel, chapter 24, regarding the tribulation, then you probably don't understand anything that regarding the servant of Satan, and then the house divided against itself, and nation against nation, and kingdom against nation. You don't understand the fight that's now going on between Obama and Trump. And by the way, what is this business now with Michelle the fist bumper Obama? She just released another book. I forget the name of her first book, called Becoming. She got nothing. Now she's on a book tour. She's out there selling another book. Why don't they? I thought that, Obama's got all these mansions, got one in Honolulu, got one in Martha's Vineyard. Well, do they need money? And Michelle has been on these talk shows that like to, curry to all these colored people, these Hamite black people, trying to sell a new book. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on. I mean, there's a whole lot of shaking going on. Even though Jerry Lee Lewis is dead, there's still a whole lot of shaking going on. At any rate, everybody, I'm James David Manning. I am indeed the Lord's servant. I told you that before. Don't you forget it.